Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. As we go into the New Year's, guys, the violence and the death don't stop, nor does the shootings. Today, I want to talk to you about a story that broke last night in San Antonio, Texas. Shout out San Antonio, in which a teenage boy sitting in a car was shot up, riddled with bullets. They say it was over 70 shots fired at this vehicle with this kid in it. And it was at a truck stop. I guess he was getting gas. Who knows? But here's the story, and man, it's a jungle out there for real. Take a look at this.
First tonight, a deadly shooting at a busy travel center off I-10 and North Foster Road. That is where we find KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna, who is following this story for us tonight. Megan?
Well, Henry EC's police say a young man was shot all over his body earlier tonight. Witnesses told investigators this happened around 7 when a group of people started firing off several shots. But what's behind me is really what paints a picture of what happened here earlier tonight. I'm counting at least 70 evidence markers. You're seeing several shell casings, even a loaded magazine and a shoe on the ground. We do know at least 2 guns were used in this shooting, and it happened just feet away from the TA Travel Center with several people inside. Police say the victim appears to be in his late teens to early 20s. He was found dead in his vehicle, which is across this parking lot, with a gun next to him. They say it's unclear if he was firing back. Police believe the suspects took off in 3 vehicles. They have located one of those vehicles, but have not caught up with any of the suspected shooters. I spoke to one couple who were inside the TA Travel Center when they saw a security guard run outside. Minutes later, they saw the ambulance pull up. They told me they're homeless, living out of their vehicle, and are now having a hard time finding a safe space to stay.
It's honestly like it's getting worse in San Antonio. So I mean, we're just trying to hang in there.
It's unsafe to be even out as a homeless person.
Yeah. You think you're safer? You got all these security guards, and someone just shoots it up. I used to work right there at Amazon, so.
And police say it's too soon to determine a motive for this shooting. They also don't have any descriptions of those suspects. We also just a few minutes ago saw the medical examiner pull up to the scene. Something else I want to point out here as well is that investigators said they could be out here for a long time just because of the lack of manpower within the department, because of all of the violent incidents that have occurred across the city tonight. Reporting live from the east side, Megan Reyna, KENS 5.
That's the story. 70 bullets in one vehicle. Dude shot the shit. Teenager. Gun in the car. Typical MO. What do you charge it up to? What do you chalk this up to? And another thing, you see the homeless people like, oh, it's bad for homeless people. Listen, it's bad for everybody out here. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, the devil's on the warpath, and all be damned who's in the way of it, whether you were an intended victim or not. This is stupid. I'm gonna tell you something, there's hate. It's a lot of hate out here. America's a sad, sad place nowadays. And everybody's caught up in it. See, a lot of times, a long time ago, all these crimes and drive-by shootings and stuff, that was contained in certain areas. So it wasn't a major thing to where people were saying, hey, you know, it's a national thing. Well, nowadays, everybody's crazy. Black, white, purple, Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees. Look at these. It don't matter nowadays. It don't. The demons are winning. And this is not something that just was dropped on the American people. This, all of a sudden, this crime wave, a lot of this stuff has been a buildup. And those in power that govern us act like they don't see it. They'll put it on the police. They'll put it on local law enforcement and say, oh, well, they're on top of it. They're this and that. Where the lawmakers and those that create the punishment for said crimes do nothing. Nothing. That's my issue. It's not that there are people out here that are bad. You're going to always have bad with good. That's just the universal balance. Can't have one without the other. But what you could do is control, you know, what happens to those that do stuff to where you put a ceiling on a level of things that are done to the American people and the public. There's going to always be people that steal, going to always be people that kill. It's going to always be like that, just how it is. But they're not doing enough to protect the ones that are not even involved in this shit and trying to do the right things in life. What's more important? What's a more valuable asset? Somebody that goes to prison or American person that pays taxes? Seriously, nowadays, I don't even know. 70 shots at one vehicle in a public place. This was at a truck stop on I-10. That's like coming from Houston to San Antonio. We drive right by it. That's as public as it is. Nowadays, it's nothing for people to pull a gun out in front of children, women, strangers, and just let loose. Like nobody else is out there. Like they're in an abandoned field and they're shooting like there are no witnesses there. Whose fault is this? This was a buildup. And it keeps continuing. I told you before, something is coming as far as, lawmakers and stuff. And they're waiting for something to happen that's so horrendous that they're going to drop a hammer and a lot of people are going to be caught up in it. For real, this sounds like a bunch of ninjutsu to me. It do. Shooting up a gas station at a truck stop. Clips on the ground with bullets still in them. Shoes on the ground, markers, bunch of coming in like a storm, devastation, and then zooming the hell back out. Whose fault is this? Whose fault is this? Stuff like this should not be happening. I remember in the 80s, in the early 90s when we were looking at like the shower posse and all of that stuff where they would just go shoot places up and everybody like, man, it was kids in there, they crazy, they just shooting places up. Or we'll look at LA with the gang banging and stuff during the crack epidemic. And when they would be just shooting up the streets and you'll see the horrors of children in the street, police giving them CPR and all stuff. And we couldn't fathom it. Nowadays, that's normal. It's normal. We're like desensitized and stuff like that. We shouldn't be desensitized to. These people shot in an open area at a vehicle 70 times. Not knowing if bullets could ricochet or whatever and hit whoever. And they jumped in from 3 vehicles and then ran out. Ran out of there. Just as fast as they came, they left. Makes no sense. Now the hatred out here need to be quelled. I'm dead serious. Here it is, close to New Year's, and somebody else getting wiped off the planet. The street is the street and the game is the game. And now it affects everybody, whether you're a willing participant or you just sitting back, not even watching it, just minding your business. You can get caught at any given time. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. I don't know what's sadder, this rash of crime or how people act like they don't do anything to try to fix this. We have a national epidemic of violence in this country and senseless crimes where a lot of children, a lot of women, a lot of people are getting wiped off the planet. And it's like nobody cares. America's not what it used to be. And it needs to be fixed from the inside out.